the thing? Why is there a thing on the top of the screen? What did I break? No, that's not it. Fix. Anyways. Welcome back, everyone, to some professional StarCraft. This is from the qualifiers for WCS Winter. It's in the losers bracket, which means whoever loses is knocked out. Near the final rounds, it's a Zerg versus Zerg between two top Grandmaster players. And I'm told it's quite the experience. So in the bottom right, I believe he is Peruvian, if I'm remembering correctly. It is the Zerg player Ryu. And in the top left, the English Zerg Risky. It's 1-1. This is game number 3. We could turn things up just a little bit. I like to keep it turned. Nope, don't say that again. A little bit confusing to cast, but yes, this was from WCS Winter qualifiers. And I don't think either player is going to be giving up game number 3 too easily. Zerg versus Zerg. All mirror matchups are quite volatile. Early build orders, tech decisions, little, like, if you simply are out of position and don't have vision of your opponent, you're as good as dead in many scenarios. Spawning pool on the way. I don't know exactly how the first couple matches went, but
good.
It seems game number 3 will be a little more standard. So, thank you, Wizard. What makes a safe defensive ZVZ map? There are a few things. One, that some players might overlook, how close the ramp is to the natural base. If you can essentially defend your hatchery from close to or at the ramp, that makes it a lot easier to defend. 2, how quickly does the Overlord get across or get vision? On Port Alexander, Overlords can pretty reliably get vision of potentially attacking Zerglings, so you have time to prepare. 3, the third base is relatively accessible, and the rush distance is somewhat short. So on Port Alexander, you can have your Overlords on either side here, because there's no way to attack forward. You can almost certainly have vision of any early Zergling attacks, and even later Ling, I guess, swells when you get 20, 30 Zerglings. So it does make sometimes for a bit of a standoff, where both players not really making Lings, but keeping a very close eye on whether their opponent is. This music, though. Evolution Chamber on the way. Ryu has opted for a quick lair. Is he adding a roach farm? Yes. But is it for show? No, I don't think so. Because there's only one gas. He's not trying to sneak. Wait, is that a Nydus? Wait a second. Because there's only one gas, but he is... I think he legitimately does want the roach worm. You know what? I'm going to stop trying to predict this. This is very odd. He's getting Zergling speed +1. He's already got a lair done. But he isn't getting anything lair related. +1 melee, I might add. So that is... I'm very confused. Let's put it that way. Like, the lair is done. Roach speed will start. Risky gonna spot it. He has his Zerglings on point. Does he start a lair immediately after? He has the gas. About to have the minerals. I think we'll see a lair right now. Those Lings giving perfect vision. And the fact there are no Lings from Ryu out on the map indicates that maybe Zergling speed was skipped. To get a lair this early, like, so in Risky's vision, he saw the Roachhorn having a bit of a seizure. Essentially, that means it's upgrading. Same thing happens to all Zerg buildings. So noticing that means there has to be a lair done. It confirms it. It's essentially guaranteed. It is guaranteed. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh. Oops. Aspire is on the way. So this is a lot of mind games. He still can't... You've tried that like 3 times now. I guess he's trying to get some vision behind. Roach speed, I don't know if he'll cancel it at the last second, but he might just want to have it. And +1 melee is done. The lanes will be streaming out. Oh, well, +1 melee will be done by the time he gets to the other side. The Spire will be scouting. The sneaky plays will be found out. But a bunch of +1 Zerglings are making their way across the map. Is that enough to actually engage roaches? I don't think so. Now if he gets in, now finding out that, yeah, Zerglings can't get through that, but +1 melee allows you to cut through armor a lot easier. The drone's trying to hold the line. More damage is going to be done by Ryu, and he needs to do damage as he's down 10 workers right now. Zerglings streaming across. The Spire nearly done and back at home, and he's banking up money to build Mutas. 7 Mutas on the way. A few more Zerglings slipping into the third. He's still down 10 workers. He needs to keep Risky off balance until he's able to make the Mutas happen. Risky saw the Spire very technically. He doesn't seem to be reacting to it. He might think he just cancels it after it got scouted because it's too obvious. What did I do? What have I done? I broke something. Anyway, I think we went back in time. Wow, crazy. Time is fluid. I forgot that I was a Time Lord for a second. It happens. Sometimes I do forget. There are Mutas on the way, and it seems to be essentially no response out of Risky. He doesn't have Roach speed. He does have +1. The Roaches are on the way across the map. It seems like Risky didn't really react to the Spire. Alright. A Hydra done to follow it up. I think at this point, Ryu doesn't really realize he could just go kill all the drones. He assumed Risky saw the Spire, so he made Mutas, but he's already switching off. This actually is going to work against Ryu. He had the opportunity to do some more damage with these Mutas for sure, but I think he kind of mind-gamed himself into thinking that Risky would already have Spores and Queens and all that. Now he's going to be coming in towards the third, but the Spore Crawlers are already online. A Lurker Den and +1 air attack. An interesting and unexpected combination. The Lurker Den makes a lot of sense, so that way you have basic defense. And the thing is, you can't invest that much in Hydras for anti-air. If you do invest that much in Hydras and anti-air, the Lurkers will kill them, whereas the Roaches obviously can't hit the Mutas. So it's a weird combination, and we're barreling towards what could become drawing lines in the sand, essentially. Because Risky doesn't really have the ability to attack Ryu, but the opposite is true as well. Mutas can't really do critical damage right now. Oh, this Zergling. Is it going to see the Lurker Den? Oh, what a hero. What a hero. Ryu sees everything. The Lurker Den only about 30 seconds slower for Risky. Not enough time to really take advantage of it. Burrow is finishing up for Risky. Will he go for Burrow move Roaches? Immediately the Tunneling Claw is researched. He's hiding his Roaches as well. He might just decide to burrow them until Tunneling Claws is done. He doesn't want to show them. So when Roaches get their Tunneling Claws, there's an extra graphic on the model. The Roaches grow like another set of bright horns on the top of their face. So as soon as that is spotted out, and top-tier Zerg players will spot that immediately, the Tunneling Claws is given away. So Risky's going to want to make sure... The first round of Roaches with Tunneling Claws are going to be super important, because that's probably going to be the ones that get the most damage done, unless the game goes on a very long time. Ryu's still way down in supply, but this is because he's invested so much in these map control and defense units, in the form of Lurkers, Mutalisks, the upgrades, +1/1 ranged attack, and Carapace for Risky, who's much more heavily into the Roaches. Yeah, show it transform. That's a good idea. When Tunneling Claws finishes, that's a changeling coming in for Ryu as well. He might realize that's Tunneling Claws. I'm not sure. I don't know how closely he's watching. The Tunneling Claws is nearly done. He sees it with the burrow, but you can see the Roaches now, and then Tunneling Claws. Ta-da! All lit up. But it seems Ryu has figured that out. He already has some Overseers. Does he have Overlord speed? He does. Yeah, he definitely knows about it. Na 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 na. So we kind of found some of these, but they do regenerate. So in the last major balance patch before 2019, Tunneling Claws was nerfed and buffed. It's cheaper. It's a cheaper upgrade. It's 100/100. But roaches don't regenerate nearly as much. They used to regenerate to the extent it would take 2 roaches to kill 1 roach while it was burrowed. It was quite ridiculous, especially in ZVZ. Now it's easier to get Tunneling Claws for those burrow move roaches. But they are, I guess, less annoying. They're easier to kill, is the summary. Ryu, how many lurkers? He's got 13! That's a lot of lurkers. Yeah, he is not... that did not go well for those roaches. Nydus going around, finding some pickoffs. What upgrades does he have? +1. A Nydus network is on the way. Now, this is a big play. There's no vision on the edge of the main base. This could be, maybe not game-winning, but potentially do critical damage if Ryu's able to gut the tech or even the economy here. Lurkers, unfortunately, don't have Tunneling Claws, but imagine if they did. The Nydus is nearly complete. I'll slap it down in a second. The game's slowing down a bit as neither player really has the ability to attack one another easily. More queens taken out. I'm waiting for the Nydus, but the Nydus is just not coming in. Hive is now done for Ryu. A hive is already done with Vipers sucking life out of the hatchery for energy. Yeah, this is... oh my god. All of the lurkers are barreling into the Nydus. The mutas have driven the army to the left side of the map. The Nydus will unload, and I think at this point Risky knows exactly where that is. How does he stop the lurkers? Now remember, there are Vipers with Abduct and Blinding Cloud. Adaptive Talons on the way for lurker burrow. Well, burrow speed and movement speed. The Vipers, they have enough for a couple Blinding Clouds. Will he just pull them out? He pulls them out. He's kind of given up the main base. The main is gone. Enough queens. Oh my god, how many queens? He has 11 queens! The mutas left by the wayside as he micros in the main. The Vipers are sucking up as many buildings as they can. He knows he's going to lose his lurker den. The main's pretty much gone. This is happening. But the lurkers can eventually be pulled down. Risky has lost more, but he's also mined much more. So the main base is gone. But... wait, what are you doing? What? Whoa, crazy lurker! Lurker just kind of runs out. Some abducts will just leave the lurkers on the high ground, making this difficult. Some units on the other side of the map. There, he could put some lurkers back through the Nydus to defend this. No, he has more lurkers on call. This fight is incredibly cost and effective for both sides somehow. I don't even... oh my. Wow. Lurkers are pretty good. The Viper is still going to work, but there's not that many units with which to abduct into. Risky's remaking his spawning pool. Both sides have vision. Mining cloud. Okay, there are the abducts. 1, 2, 3. Wait, nope. And then they go back, but then they die anyways. So... Vipers on both sides. Risky at the end of the day. How much did he lose? Most of his tech, many roaches and hydras, but his main army is intact. He's building 10 lurkers now. A random lurker looking for an opportunity to get damage done. He's going to shift queue it up. +2 ranged attack going on +3 for Ryu. No +3 yet for Risky. This map is starting to be cut in half. The Nydus remains in the main, but what is there to do? He can't quite go down the ramp. Risky is re-expanding to his main, mostly for the gas here. A big army for Risky at the front. Where are all the lurkers? Only 5 lurkers for Ryu. Vipers on both sides. Can we see the coveted Viper trade? Ooh. Oh wait, no, that's not much of a trade. Blinding Cloud's used, but good pickups there with the harpoons. There's... Oh, I thought something was happening. Nope, it's just Overlords. He can abduct... Oh, it's another Viper. This fight is happening. That's still a lot of lurkers, though, for Blinding Cloud. It's, He goes into the Blinding Cloud. Ryu plummeting in supply. His base is now gone after a mess of a fight. So... That seems to have evened things out. Ryu now has lost more resources and probably way more gas. Yeah, 2,000 more gas. He hasn't lost a single Viper to 3, but... Risky now... Well, there are Spore Crawlers. Okay, Spore Crawlers will help zone things out, potentially kill Overseers and Vipers. So, Risky making big move. He's denied 2 bases, but until he denies the 4th for now, Ryu still has pretty solid mining. He's going to have slightly better upgrades. So, as long as he doesn't keep throwing away all his lurkers, he'll be okay. Risky's army is much bigger, but it doesn't count for much if he can't attack. Yeah, that base isn't happening. What's over here? Just Overlords. The Nydus is still here. Like, he could send units through the Nydus network. Okay. Lurkers just dunk their faces in. That adaptive talent. Risky does not have adaptive talent for his lurkers. That's actually a huge oversight. It's super important. Lurkers can burrow so much more quickly. Oh, wait. Does he have adaptive talents? No, he doesn't. No, those were Ravagers burrowing. Wait. It's so... I'm very... It's... Anyways, this game is happening. The Corrosive Bile's doing pretty well, though. They're really softening up this army on the way across. But the Lurker's still intact. The Lurker count now 4. It's like siege tanks, except way more damage. These armies, very dangerous to one another. Well, Viper pulled in. Viper just kind of flies away. We'll continue down the map. The Lurker's dunked down. Blinding Cloud pulls. More Blinding Cloud. Everybody's Blinding Cloud.
I have your attention.
They work both ways. Another pull. He's gonna... No, he burrows again. On both sides. Some abducts. Beautifully done. Only 2 lurkers left. The Ravagers on the way. Ravagers technical counters to lurkers. Like so. Kills another 2. This base is down. This one under attack. Some burrow move roaches all over the place. 400 and 300 for 391 against 337 average actions per... Oh, God, the Corrosive Biles were so good. Wait, he hits himself. He hit himself in the face. He can't help but hit everyone. The Lurkers burrow again. The Overseers aren't here. Come back. Come back, Overseers. Terrible, terrible damage. Eventually, the Lurkers get cleaned up. This base was taken out by the handful of burrow move roaches. Risky is on the chase. More Vipers on the way. Risky has lost 5 Vipers. Somehow Ryu, with incredible Viper control, hasn't lost a single one, and that's what's kept him going in this match. There's still some random units out on the map. The Nydus Canal. Nydus Worm, rather, not Canal. I don't know why I said Canal. This isn't Brood War. I never even played Brood War. But I do watch a lot of Brood War. Ryu is now supply blocked somehow. The Lurker counts 7-2, but 5 more on the way, and Risky finally getting that adaptive talons. Throughout this entire game, Risky has had more supply, but Ryu just doesn't... He doesn't seem to care. He has way less bases. Risky's maxed out with a bank. Ryu is not maxed out with no bank. Oh, no, no, no! Well, that's gonna free up. That's gonna cost a bit. More Hydras on the way. Eventually, it's just going to be a pure Lurker Hydra Viper army. I don't actually know if that's better than having some roaches, but we'll see. These roaches are trying. Not trying very hard. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is happening. That will drag the entire army over here. Those are Risky's changelings, so this isn't spotted. Ooh. But nope, there's still one roach. It's still going. It's the little things. As time goes on, the little things start to add up. One lapse in attention. Those are Risky's changelings in the mix here. So we have full vision of this army. Somehow the lurkers are shooting through both the trees and the ground up to the high ground / low ground. He remembered a Nydus! Zerglings popped out of the Nydus! And now they're starting to go to work at the natural. The Nydus worm once again 10 minutes later, the play. Risky trying to make a standoff on the high ground here, but the Zerglings are gonna get the backup lurker den. Wait, are they? Yes, they'll get it. And Risky's gonna have to rebuild that for the third time. The Vipers, oh, he pulls a Hydra, but that's my commentary. There's a lurker here. It was dodged. The Hydra den is nearly down. He could rebuild that lurker den. He has a backup hive. Viper is very important. 7 Vipers to 1 At this point, we got to start talking about what bases, how many resources are left on the map, and what bases, because they can't really seem... Oh, he gets some nice pulls. Let's see, do I have anything? I don't have a yoink sound, but do we have a sound for... I'm gonna try something. The next... Oh, many more Zerglings. The Zerglings with the backstab. Let me... What do you guys think? We're gonna try it. Abducts? Ooh. Nope. Come on, give me something. Roach Hydra on the way back. Ooh. The one time there's no abducts used. Parasitic Bomb. Oh, pull him back! Go get him! The Parasitic Bomb pretty helpful against the Vipers. They do have a lot of HP. The Nydus has forced Risky to add more tech buildings on. Both sides. Ryu's actually starting to really bank up. Oop. This one lurker stops the entire army, and then they rethink it. Where did the Viking... not the Vikings. What? Viper go? More lurkers! Oh no! God, lurkers are such good units. And now Ryu finally is maxed out, and he's doing it with a bank. So Ryu has now tilted back into being more cost effective, which has traded back and forth throughout much of this match.
Hello there. Hello there.
More abducts! The base is under attack.
Hello there.
Blinding cloud on everything. Nobody can see anything. You can technically attack at melee range. Okay, we've got many options. So, Risky has a bigger army now because he's lost a bunch of drones. The creep being cleared up, but might be replaced. Creep works for both sides, but the vision is from the creep tumors, is the difference. What is the lurker count? 11 to 0 because the Lynx sniped the lurker den. Blinding Cloud should be the choice for spell casting here. Oh my god, so many lurkers. He's going up to 16. Now, there's one burrow move roach that is being taken out. The lurkers are vulnerable while they're moving. Risky has a massive army. Where are you going? Okay. Vipers on either side. There's one lurker denying this base. And this one will go down. I'm trying to describe them, but just going back and forth. Oh, he almost consumes his own bases to death. You gotta be very careful about that. Risky losing a lot of map control. Ryu starting to have quite a bank. Another lurker. Another dead lurker. These rocks not gonna last long in this economy. Changelings. Risky's been much better about taking out changelings. Many exciting Viper spells cast. Whoop.
Hello there.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. The Nydus is still alive. I think that kind of sums up this game. Until that Nydus goes down, Risky will not be in a solid position. He sent like 3 or 4 rounds of units through it as well. There go the Vipers on the other side. And once again, the Ravager's looking for an opportunity. Oh, can I get a pull? Give me some abducts. Risky's army is still, as it has been for much of this game, much higher supply. But the Lurkers and Vipers are insanely good defensively. Ooh.
To infinity and beyond.
That doesn't play fast enough. More hydras and roaches to the north. And also to the south. He has 35 more army supply to work with. His base. Ryu has expanded so slowly, partially out of necessity. Like, let's look at the units lost. Now Ryu has lost more. The gas is the real... Gas is going to be incredibly important as time goes on. And time is going on. Ooh. Oh.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Blinding cloud. I'm losing track of what's happening because the same things are happening just in different parts of the map so many times. This base, some corrosive biles, but the transfuses will negate everything that was accomplished. More consumes. I wonder how many evolution, how much HP has been consumed so far. You gotta have that renewable energy. You just get enough queens so you can transfuse more than the Vipers can consume, and you have 100% renewable Viper energy. Very important. Oh, but the Lurkers burrow down. The other Lurkers, a little bit too close for comfort. Will be sliced to pieces. Oh. That changeling is very dead.
Good.
Another changeling. He's on top of scouting those changelings.
Did someone say consume?
Thank you, consumed. Trazu T1, Scarred Shaggy as well. At this point, we have a standoff. So, oh, wait, oh! More lurkers pulled back. All right. The lurker's not letting anyone go to either side. The unit's lost. Almost 40k on the dot. Both sides within 500 gas. Eventually, the bases will mine out. Oh. Some more great pulls. Risky is holding the top right. Importantly, he's mining the gas from the bottom left. His army is 167 supply. He's down. He's down to 30 drones. Ryu has 64 drones. He's mining the middle bases. Risky hasn't really touched much of the middle base here. So, everybody just... the gas is all... Ryu has 8,200 minerals. Okay? I think he's okay on the minerals. At some point, he's gonna want to just build a bunch more spore crawlers. One thing that Risky's definitely been doing better is killing changelings. So, Risky has a couple changelings in the mix here, and I think at this point, Ryu just has given up on that. Like, what now? Oh, Vipers on both sides. We could have some pull, counter pull action. The give and take. The tug of war. Now, finally, some more changelings die. Who will flinch first? What? There's a lurker here! But it can't hit anything. Because there are no drones mining minerals. Whoa! Get over here! A blinding cloud doesn't really... Whoa! Whoa! Big Viper pulls! Okay, so what's the Viper count now? 2 to 4. And we gotta look at the gas lost. Ryu has lost 300 more gas. There's still a risky army over here in a risky place, looking to do some risky business. As the thing is, it's not just there are trades happening. This is not just a standoff. They're slicing each other up. They're stabbing each other multiple times and pulling them into the knives of the lurkers. I usually describe ZVZ when it comes to Ling Baneling as a knife fight in the dark. All right, in a closet. But this is like a knife fight in a closet with lightsabers, and everyone's blind. Which, that's the best I could do. You would have thought maybe I would come up with something a little bit more clever. The knives are like knife sabers. Oh, it was right there. I don't know. So close. Risky has 53 minerals. That's not very many minerals. He needs to start mining some minerals. He's mining 200 minerals a minute. I guess if you stay maxed out. The Terran music gracing us with its presence. He decides to mine a little bit more in the way of minerals. There's only so many minerals left to mine. Ryu has lost 2,000 more resources. Much of those in minerals, but timing is everything. Oh, lurkers trying to move forward. The Vipers. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh! Ah! Blinding cloud! Okay. 36 versus... Ryu's lost 52 lurkers. Risky 36, but 19 Vipers for Risky. So... Blinding cloud. But wait, there's more. Another pull. God. It doesn't stop. Nobody's going Broodlords because then... The Broodlords could just be abducted. Ryu's had a Spire for, like, the whole game, but... Spire units are very expensive. Oh, Blinding Cloud, beautiful. But not beautiful enough. Risky trying to make some headway. He still has 40 more army supply. Ryu has passed the 5-digit mark. He's got 10,000 minerals. But only 200 gas. So, that's the real issue. It's time to make more queens. Just only queens. Who needs hydras? All your hydras can be lurkers. And then, just mass queen. What? A lurker. Oh, will he finally kill the Nydus? No. Risky microing those changelings. The battle continues. Lurkers on the high ground. Lurkers and high ground. Name a more iconic duo. Lurkers and Vipers on the high ground. That's not a duo. Whatever. The Nydus... Oh, fine. It finally... The Nydus one died. How many Vipers now? 7 against... Risky has 10 Viper! Jeez. Whoop. Lightning Cloud. Down goes 1. He's also lost 21 against 10, so... It's a Changeling standoff. Changeling's becoming the only thing that players are willing to lose now. +1 melee on the way for Risky. And honestly, I don't know why. Is he gonna go like Banelings? Whoop. Another Viper. Ryu has 12,000 minerals. But Risky has 2,700 gas, which I'd argue is just as, if not more valuable in this scenario. Oh, trying to take the high ground. Ryu making a big play. Those spore crawlers down in front. They can also be used for energy. A great blinding cloud, but Ryu backs off and Risky loses a Viper. Another fall. Down goes a lurker. Whoa, 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 Risky! That was huge. What was that, 5, 6 Vipers? So, he left them hanging out there. Easy pickings. He's building 5 more. He has the gas for now. Oh, wait, whoa, whoa, what? No one knows where to go anymore. Oh. Looks like Risky making some headway. But Ryu holding the high ground. A dangerous game. 14,000 minerals. Oh, he's going full. Whoa, whoa, what the? You're crazy. Risky really trying to push, but is he gonna actually be able? If he can deny we're at the point we're denying, especially the gas of one base on the map could decide this game. Each base has 4,500 gas. You start at 2,250 per geyser. So denying 4,500 gas could very well decide this game at this rate. But we're actually mining out of gas. Once this base and the center base is like this has 800 left, we actually have to start counting. Minerals are important, but gas is way... Whoa, whoa, whoa! 3 lurkers! Oh baby, a triple. Risky trying to make some headway. Ryu has lost 5,000 more resources, but only 1,500 more gas. Alright. More lurkers getting pulled into the action. Okay. Risky. Oh, he's gonna get the hatch. He killed the lurkers, but Ryu takes the high ground. Parasitic bomb, a strong choice. Are there any queens to transfuse? He's desperately trying to micro Vipers out of parasitic bomb. It does not stack, but Ryu's making big moves as Risky takes out his base and some drones. Massive blinding clouds. Can he get another parasitic bomb though? So many Vipers! Ah! It's gonna get 1, 2 kills. He got actually 2. No, Risky! Ah! It's a disaster. Okay, he doesn't. He's gotta build more Vipers. He doesn't have the minerals to build Vipers, and they're so cheap on minerals. But he lost the base. Risky is more lurkers. How many? What are the units lost? 67 lurkers and 15 Vipers for you. Nothing else matters, by the way. 43 lurkers and 30 Vipers. What is the total units lost? Ryu's still down in that. And in gas, he's lost about 1,000 more. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to this ridiculousness. Oh my god. Risky has 2,500 gas. Ryu has 15,000 minerals. So Ryu takes out this base. But I'm just gonna stick on the units tab now. What was that? Was that a lurker? Why was that a lurker? There are still 1,000 gas remaining here. Up here is 2,000 gas. So that's the real victory there. There's 600 gas in these geysers. These are gone. These 1,000, 100, 550. Oh, Ryu finds the little enclave of Zerg units. Oh, the Ravager's doing a pretty good job, but another Viper dies. How many is that? Oh, what? Where are you going? Oh, this a dangerous game behind enemy lines. 4 Hydras, 2 Ravagers, and 1 Dream. Dream is dead. Oh, wait. Go tell your friends what happened here. The units lost. Still, Ryu lost more, but if Risky cannot reestablish his bases, he's like, he doesn't have minerals. 22 workers. If Ryu would be so kind as to lend him a few thousand minerals, this game would look much different, but Ryu seems to have turned it. He's been more even though he hasn't been more cost effective in sheer income, it's felt like he's done more with less throughout most of the game. For much of the first 30 minutes, he wasn't even maxed out, and Risky constantly was, but Risky didn't make anything happen with it. But Ryu now has more supply, a bigger army, and it feels like he is in control of the match. Another set of Vipers. The Blinding Clouds won't save you. He'll pull you back in. The Vipers just showing their value. Oh my. 35 Vipers have died. And now Risky almost... he needs to retake that middle base. And ideally the bottom right... Wait, are these geysers gone? I think, maybe? I don't... It's a mess. This is a mess. 5 more Vipers on the way for Risky. He's doubling down. The real question, are there enough minerals left on the map that Ryu could potentially hit 20,000? I think there are. Yeah, 6 barely, if he doesn't build anything more. The Viper count is now 7 versus 7, but Risky, well, both sides have more in production. Risky now has... I like that he's not trying to overexpand. Just one base at a time. Slow it all down. Starcraft games are kind of a bell curve. Much of the time. You start out, lower economies, people building up, then everybody's on huge incomes, huge economies, many units. And then as time goes on and bases start to mine out, it gets small again. Well, a nice positioning. Risky. Massive pulls on the lurkers. Gonna kill most of them. More consumes. Changelings targeted. Here are the queens. How many queens on each side? 3 to 1. Those are all of the queens Ryu has.
Good.
Thank you, Death Clipper.
Attention.
More changelings on the way down. Ryu is marching, but the lurkers are pulled in and sliced up. Risky now is maxed out. And Ryu's out of gas. He's still mining gas, but how much is left? He just mined out here. There's some... No, that's 0. There's 0. There's 3,000 gas left in these geysers. That's it. That's all Ryu has access to right now. He has 3,000 gas left on the table. Risky, 1,000, 1,800, 2,000. 2,000 to 3,000 left on the table. And that's it. Even rebuilding overseers is painful at this point. How many have died? 12 overseers to 15. Not a huge priority. Risky. Gets one. Which might open up the bidding. Another overseer comes forward. Some hydras. Gonna snipe spore crawlers. Real moves being made. Ryu gonna try to make some counter moves. Oh, those are some exposed lurkers. He gets them. Well, actually, he pulls them back. No, he's. Oh, that's one way to do it. What a play! Oh my God, the Vipers. Oh, that's. Ryu down in supply. There are a bunch of hydras kind of out in the open. I'm not sure you want to have these exposed. Sure, you can drag the army out of position, but is it worth it to lose the hydras, though? Oh, moving forward. Whoa, 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 risky! Gonna lose a couple more lurkers, but gonna get some lurkers for his trouble.
Good. Now I have your attention.
We're gonna mine out this map, aren't we? There's no gas over here. These are nearing gone. This one's in double digits. Thank you, Ezreal. Who needs a map? Oh, lings! We're making lings now! Risky has +1 melee and +3 carapace. I mean, if you can kill the hive, whoop, that ling ascends to the heavens. The hive is actually a pretty valuable pickup, because to rebuild the hive is quite expensive at this point. Ryu has 16,300 minerals. He might want to consider some lings of his own. The lurker death. Ryu rebuilding his lair with his precious little gas he has left. A blinding cloud, but I don't know what these blinding clouds are really about. Like, it doesn't stop things. Like, there's so much stuff, you're not gonna stop it. The queen! Oh, Ryu has built up the queen count. He has 10. That might inspire Risky to build some queens. Yes, he builds some queens! Though he doesn't really have the mineral bank that Ryu does. And by that I mean he has 17,000 less minerals. Oh, well, actually 46 more lings. Now it's Ryu's turn to make lings. This is the whole spread. In games of Starcraft, well, you start out with sticks and stones, and then you tech up and you discover gunpowder and nuclear weapons, and then eventually we're back to sticks and stones as Zerglings and queens. Are now battling it out. The Zergling's gonna clear up. There still are several hundred minerals to be mined here. The thing is, that's +3 armor against +1 attack. Still enough to kill the queen. Whoop, that Hydra's very ambitious, somehow survives. Oh, time for some pulls. Couple lurkers. Whoop, couple lurkers. Oh. Some decent trades for you. Make sure. Now we're back within 1,000 on the resources lost. And Risky has now lost more gas, which includes 37 Vipers. That'll do it. I think that's the first time for this game that Risky has lost more gas. And we're gonna mine every last point of gas on this map, it seems. So, it matters. Oh my god, the burrow micro on the Hydra. There's no point in attacking this base. At what point will Ryu be like, wait a second, I have 20 spines! I have more spines over here than with the lurkers. Adrenal glands on the way for Ryu, spending his precious gas on his Zerglings. Now remember, the technical way to win a game of StarCraft is kill all the buildings. I don't think it'll come to that, but I'm not ruling it out. The changelings, how many changelings have died? I don't even think that shows up on this. Oh, another lurker. Risky, slowly being whittled down here. Oh, another overseer, but Viper's the much more valuable catch. The Queen's also quite nice. Another overseer. If he gets rid of all the detection, which also includes 10 spore crawlers. There's not that many lurkers left on either side. Vipers, well, some nice pulls there. Ryu again. He's really on top of that Viper micro. I don't know why he's so much more efficient with it, but he is. Just the way he's microing the Vipers is much more effective. More Zerglings, but the Hydra's still here. Easily killing them. Another Lang will ascend. How many Vipers are left? 7 to 10. Ryu has 10 Vipers. The Queen's going to be very helpful as well. Another Overseer. Another Overseer. I will continue. Ryu at 17,700 minerals. He has the Queens. He's got to rebuild Overlords because he's supply blocked. I don't know why I have the production tab open. Risky is out of gas. That's it. How much does Ryu have left to mine? 500. There's no more gas for Risky to mine. That's it. His army value right now, 5,700 gas in it. No more. 156 is all he has left. Every gas unit cannot be replaced, including many, many, many of these Hydras. There are 6 lurkers, 7 Vipers, 50 Hydras. 50! Few less now. Oh, he's... Oh, Ryu's making big moves, and Risky's kind of just letting him. There are some landing clouds, but... all pulls. Gets an overseer. He really prioritizes these overseers. Still, the lurker is super dangerous. We're back to Zerglings. Ryu at 18,000 minerals. He's just been so Wait, can he deny any mining to the north? The Hydra's gonna try to save the hive. It looks like they will for now. Oh my. Might want to think about retransfusing that. Risky has... I mean, the Zerglings are finding opportunities. He just pulls off this. Minerals don't matter for Ryu right now. Minerals for minerals favors Ryu. What is the unit count? 10 Vipers to 5. Risky cannot remake a single... He's set pieces now. These are all the pieces he has to work with on the board. The army supplies are almost dead even. 162, 163. Another spore. Ryu using that static defense. He has so many queens. The queen's the backstop here. There are 6 queens for Risky, 10 for Ryu. And he could remake another, like, 1,000 of them. No, that's not right. 100. Actually, literally 100. 100 times 150. Yeah, he could make 100 queens. Here come the spores. The Great Wall of Ryu. No, you can't trade with spawns. Another ling. Where do these lings keep going? More hydras. Whittled down. Every hydra so precious. More pulls. The Viper control on point, as it has been most of this match. He's gonna push forward. Ryu is also not mining gas. There is no gas income. And actually no minerals for Ryu as well, but okay, that's not a big deal. The poles are there. The queen's trying to stay alive. The transfuse is very helpful. More vipers die. Blinding clouds. Another viper down. The last viper. Ryu nearing checkmate. He just has the army now. Ryu is not mining. There's a total of 24 gas in the bank. The queens see the high ground and then see nothing at all. There's a spawning pool. Why not? He still has 14,000 minerals. How many lurkers left for Risky? 6 against 8. Risky doesn't have the minerals. That's the problem. Ryu can... He can trade 100 minerals for 1. Wait, does he have 100 times more minerals? Is that how math works? He has almost 100 times more minerals. This is like suing Bill Gates right now. Good luck. He's drinking from the spawning pool, indeed. Risky. Oh, the renewable pool! There it is! The breeder reactor. Unless he just consumed... No, transfuse the pool! What are you doing? Ah! Okay, he saves it. Oh, the hydras from the north! Risky trying to make a play with what he has left, but everything is pulled into the gauntlet. And what is there left? There's only one thing left. There's only 2 keys that Risky has left to hit. After how many actions? An average of 414 for an hour. There's only 2 keys left. Ryu, check and mate. GG. After.
OMG, it's over. Plaza cast auto chess. Much kappa.
Risky losing 30 drones, 220 zerglings, 172 hydras, 7 overlords, 22 overseers, 66 roaches, 65 lurkers, 17 ravagers, 44 vipers, and 19 queens, alongside 7 extractors, 106 creep tumors, 7 spines, 8 spores, roach warren, infestation pit, 2 lurker dens, 2 hydra dens, 1 spawning pool, 3 evolution chambers, a hive, and 9 hatcheries. amounting to 59,347 minerals, 32,187 gas, which was too much to compete against the losses of Ryu, which were 40 drones, 187 Zerglings, 185 Hydralisks, 10 Overseers, 31 Overseers, 10 Overlords, 31 Overseers, 12 Mutalisks, 28 Roaches, 81 Lurkers, 20 Vipers, 1 Singular Queen, 11 Extractors, 37 Creep Tumors, 10 Spines, 23 Spores, a Nydus Worm, Infestation Pit, Lurker Den, Spawning Pool, and 8 Hatcheries. It's all over. We had a question before it started on whether this would be painful, epic, sad, or educational. And I think all of the above should have been an option. If you like chess matches, and you like when a map mines out and nobody can figure out exactly what to do, make sure to like this video. You might be like, but I'm watching on Twitch, what are you talking about? Just type a Kappa or a Monka S in the chat, and you'll get your point across. Is Zerg versus Zerg dumb? Is it amazing? Is it incredible? Should Terran be removed? All important questions. Well, Ryu moves on in the WCS Winter Qualifier. Yep.